Hi, Cancer. I hope the video and audio work well. It's been kind of choppy. Some signs are getting really good video and audio. Some signs it's not syncing up right. So I hope you guys are doing well, my dear Cancers. I think I said Cancer earlier, didn't I? See, and this is what I'm getting from you guys. I'm getting kind of a fuzzy nature. Like you want things to start coming in. You want to start. That's why I'm shuffling the cards already, because it was so fuzzy. The energy was so fuzzy to me. I'm like, what is it that they're going through? I think you're tired of the old ways of doing things and you're ready to just like, yeah, you're ready to move forward. You're ready to have things come in. You're like, I've made space for the universe, right? So we have the Ace of Pentacles, was the first card that came out, which is a great first card to come out. Like, I've made space for the gifts for the universe to bring in, and I think that they're going to start coming in pretty quickly in October for you. But do they look the way that you want them to look? Or are you still kind of thinking that they need to look a different type of way with the Three of Wands? Because I think you're getting a lot of opportunities. You're getting, like, your life is becoming stable. You're getting a lot of opportunities. Things are starting to fall into place. But it still just doesn't seem right. It's still, there's something that you're still a little bit, and maybe confused isn't the right word, but it's like there's just one thing in your life that you're still kind of waiting for it to happen, you know? You have so many great things happening, and yeah, you're just, it's like, I actually want to say, are you asking for the world, but you're only getting like Australia? You know what I mean? Like Australia is a beautiful place. Australia is wonderful. Somebody's handing you Australia, but you're like, no, I was expecting the world. Oh my God. Sorry. And I'm not saying that you guys are being petty or anything like that. Like, I think that you really appreciate your life and the things, but there's just something still missing. Like, so many great things happening, but oh my God, this one thing, right? So the Nine of Pentacles, see what I mean? Like abundance, great things happening, things coming in. But then there's this earth sign that's just offering you a small pentacle. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like there's a person in your life, and it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a situation or something that's going on in your life where you're like, I don't just want Australia. I want the whole damn world. Like, give it all to me. And you're not doing it in, like, I don't think you're demanding it. I think you think that this person or this situation, it's like, you deserve it. That's what So, oh my God, this is so funny. You guys are just hilarious. And you know I love Cancers. I love Cancers. I kind of want to say, if you just can kind of stay patient, and I know it's not easy to be patient right now. Trust me, I know it's so not easy to be patient right now. This could be an internal, the Five of Wands could be internal conflict, or it could be your external conflict. But there's definitely something else that you want. You're like, I have such a wonderful life, but there's just this one thing. And it could be several one things, right? I feel like the universe is saying, chillax. My son, my oldest son, used to have a t-shirt that had chillax over the front of it. And that t-shirt just popped up in my mind when I was like the universe, judgment, it's coming. Like that one big pentacle, this little tiny page of pentacles is going to turn into the whole world. Australia will turn into the whole world for you. But I think that patience is very needed. And I think that you expected things to be different by the end of the summer or by the time we hit October. But things have already happened so fast for you guys. Like things have been coming in. You've been getting blessings right and left. And even if it's not exactly what you want, you are having so many new beginnings and so many opportunities and so much good stuff. I feel like you need to have faith that all of the more good stuff, the more abundance, the more of everything is still coming to you. Like you're still going to get it. So I think you need to kind of like ease your mind a little bit, like relax a little bit, chillax a little bit. Because the Fool on the Eight of Wands, like, that is all sorts of goodness coming in. Like, I wanted to call it yummy goodness, which I've been saying a lot lately, which is very interesting. So I do think that there's a clean slate. I do think that there are new things coming to you. The Three of Wands is about kind of waiting, like waiting for your ships to come in. But it's also about wanting more. You know that there's more out there for you. You know that, yes, you may be abundant right now, but you want the stars. You want the moon, the sun, the stars. You want all of it. You want the whole universe. And I don't think it's asking for too much. Like, I don't think you're doing it in a greedy or petty way. You've been working really hard to get to where you are right now. And you're waiting for the fruits of your labor to come into fruition. And it's almost like it's been trickling in, and now you're ready for the big shebang, right? You're ready for all of it. So Three of Wands is, yeah, I do feel like this card really wanted to come out. And I saw what it was as I flipped it. And this is what I mean. Like, there's this disappointment because you're still waiting on that one thing. It's so great to have all this other abundance and all this other great stuff going on in your life. Yay! But there's a disappointment there. And I want to say, Cancer, that it's coming. Like, you're still manifesting things. You're still making things happen in your life. So I don't want you to get down on, I want you to look at all the blessings that you have around you right now and feel all of that abundance and see all of that abundance. And maybe you don't really need that one last thing to make you happy. And again, I'm not thinking about it that it's like petty or greedy or you're like, gimme. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I don't feel like that's what you guys are doing at all. You're like, I've just been working really hard for this. And this is that one last thing that would make everything complete. We have the Hanged Man on the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a change in perception. Change in perception. Or needing to change your perception. Like, see all of that abundance that you already have, Cancer? You are abundant. But this person here is like, I could have the Ten of Pentacles, right? That's the whole world. Change your perception on that. Look at things in a different way. Because I feel like your life is going along and everything is going really, really great. And yet, there's that one, it's not the world, it's just Australia. Oh, it's just Australia. I don't know why he keeps wanting to say Australia. Like, maybe, I don't know. Because Australia is the continent and the state and the country and, whatever. It encompasses everything, but it's not the world. It's not every continent, right? So, Page of Pentacles. This Page of Pentacles is going to turn into a gift. But again, and I feel like I always say that you have to make room for the gifts that we receive from the universe. And so it's not that I think that you're doing anything wrong. It's that I think that you need to make space in your mind in the way that, because it's not coming in the way that you want it to. It's coming in the form of a page and not like a king, right? Like a king isn't offering you the Ace of Wands. A page is offering you the Ace of Wands. So it's not happening in the way that you want it to. But the world is coming. Like the last thing, the last thread, the last, what is the word that I'm thinking of? Like that last bang in your life, the thing that will make you feel complete. It's so weird the way that I'm saying this, because it's not that I feel like you're incomplete, because I feel like you have so much in your life. There's just, you know what I'm saying. There's just that one thing. And the conflict of it, the internal conflict of it, and the external conflict. I mean, because a lot of times when things are going on internally, it's going to reflect externally as well, right? So if you're sitting in this 5 of Wands state, like, when am I going to get my day? When am I going to get my day? When am I going to... I love you guys so much. I really, really do. It's amazing to me how connected I am to the Cancer energy. And I'm not surprised by it because I do have a lot of prominent Cancer placements in my chart. Like I've said that before. See? The 10 of Pentacles. You're over here at the 9 of Pentacles having to look at it in a different way. And you probably already have the 10 of Pentacles. It just isn't exactly the way you want it to look. And so internally you're fighting with yourself. You know, internally you're like, I thought I was going to see things this way. I thought I was going to get things this way. I was working so hard. I've had lots of new beginnings. And I feel like there's kind of a clean slate moment in October where the universe comes in and says, listen, you have worked really hard. Like, let's talk, let's chat. And when I say the universe, it's almost like you're in meditation and you're talking to your higher self. And your higher self is saying, listen, you have worked really hard. You're doing such a good job. Don't be disappointed in the fruits of what you already have from what you manifested and what you've planted, right? It's time to ease your mind. So 6 of Swords and the Hierophant and the 7 of Cups and the Strength and the 2 of Cups and the 9 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So you could have a Taurus in your life, especially since we have 2 Pentacles people here. It doesn't have to be a Taurus, could be a Virgo or a Capricorn also. But I think that it's time to, the 6 of Swords to me is like, you've got to ease your mind. And, you know, you could be having to come into a mental clarity and balance about a Taurus. Or this is just about, like, because the Hierophant represents the institution of marriage, it represents government, it represents control, higher learning, prosperity. You know what I mean? It's like, but this is the all-encompassing spirituality, everything in your life, you know? And it's like, if I want things to be traditional, do I want things to be traditional? And there are several signs that are kind of grappling with their spirituality in October. But it's like, do I want things to be done in a traditional way? Or do I want things to be done, you know, esoterically, eccentrically? I don't know why I want to say it like that. There's something in your life that you're like, it doesn't have to be traditional, but I kind of want it to be a little traditional. So I think that you're coming to a balanced idea of what traditional means for you. And having to have the strength of not really sure, you know, the 7 of Cups and the Strength card, like having the strength in this unsurety. Knowing that you know what you want, you have your morals, you have your values, you have the things that you want to do in your life and how things are going to go, but I'm still very unclear of how my future looks when it comes to all those morals and values and my ideas, because it's not a traditional way. It's not in, and I think that is kind of the jumping off point of you opening yourself up and then getting the world. Like, you have to come into a inner knowing that it's okay to not know everything. That it's okay that just because you don't know when something's going to happen doesn't mean you're going against all of your traditions and values. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. That it's like, you know, I don't know exactly what's going to happen in my future, but I do know that this is what I want, but it's not exactly the most traditional way of doing things. There's also a relationship you've been fighting for, possibly with an earth sign. Very, very good connection. And I think that this is where the exhaustion is coming in because you've been fighting. It's like a cause. Oh my gosh, channeling so much. It's like you're ready to not have to fight for the world anymore. You're ready to not have to fight for the connection, for the Two of Cups. Like, you just want it to kind of come to you and to happen. And that's kind of the traditional grappling here is, do I want it to be traditional? Do I want it to come in a traditional way, or stay traditional, or however that means for you, whatever that means for you. I don't feel like the Nine of Wands is blocking, but I do think that you are kind of like this. It's like you're going back and forth on what am I going to hold on to and what am I going to let go. And with the Four of Pentacles, letting go of anything that's not resonating with you or not serving you. And I feel like whatever it is that's kind of wishy-washy in your mind or in your environment or whatever keeps on coming in and out, and it's like it won't just like settle down. If the thought process or the idea or the way of doing things is not resonating with you anymore, the second you let go of that, that's when the world happens. That's when the aces come in. That's when the Eight of Wands movement, the Fool, you can start fresh, you can start over. And yes, there may be some disappointing moments because it's not exactly what you wanted it to look like. It may not be exactly the traditional way you wanted to do things. But it's all about, it's so funny because this is very similar to the Virgo reading in that, like, the Virgo reading is called Perception is Everything. And I do feel like you guys are having to look at things in a totally different way because, yes, it didn't turn out exactly the way that you wanted it to, but it's still really, really good, and you're fighting with it. You're like grappling with, is it good? It's good. It is abundant. It is stable. It is grounded. And when I say that means whatever it is in your life that you have been building upon, whatever it is in your life, the gifts that you've been receiving this year, the people that are in your life, the house, the movement, the whatever, the relation, whatever it is for you, you wanted it to look differently. Therefore, you're thinking it's not as good as it could be, but it is just as good, if not better than it could be. It's kind of like thinking, and this is where that traditional thing is. It's kind of like thinking, well, but this is the way it's supposed to look in the 3D reality, or this is the way like everybody's saying that my life should look, or I should be married by now, or I should have a baby by now, or I should be living in a different place by now, or I should have my degree by now, or be in this kind of position in work by now. And just because it doesn't look exactly like that, or just because like everything isn't lined up in that way, doesn't mean your life isn't good anyway. So I feel like the perception of it, and again, I'm not saying that you guys are being petty in any way, or that you're being greedy, or that you want more and more and more and more. There's just something that's not satisfying you 100%. So part of me really wants to say is to not worry about what it looks like to other people. It doesn't matter what other people think of your life. What matters is, how does your life make you feel? And if your life is good and you have the things that really, that make a person abundant, you have love, you have stability. If you don't, and that's what you've been searching for, I feel like doors are going to be opening up for you in October, where you are going to be getting a lot of the gifts that you've been working towards. For others of you that do have all of that in your life, or what you want in your life, you have Australia and you're still waiting for the world. Looking at things in a different perspective are also going to bring beauty and abundance and more blessings and more of everything in your life. So I feel like I just kind of want to say, take heart, and be very centered and within yourself, and really recognize, you know, what is it that my morals and values stand for, not what everybody else's morals and values. Because it, again, like, I kind of want to, like, name this reading, it doesn't matter what the world thinks. You know, it really doesn't. It does not matter what because you are doing things in your way. And coming to that conclusion of, just because I don't know what's going on in my future, it doesn't mean that's a bad thing. I can build myself from there. Right? Okay. Really good reading. I actually really like this reading because I think that you guys are like, it's kind of a relief, you know, like you're recognizing that you can just, I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry so much. I don't have to worry so much. All right, my lovely Cancers. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. We hit 50,000 subscribers. Yay. It's so humbling for me. So, and you guys were a part of that. And I say we because you guys really were a part of that. So thank you so much for all of the love, and let's keep the channel going. It's only been a year, 50,000 subscribers. It's amazing. It's such a blessing. Feels so good. And you guys know that, you know, my midheaven is in Cancer. So I see all of you as my family. That's having that Cancer midheaven really makes like the whole world, basically, like the public is my family. So thank you for allowing me to take care of you this last year. And it's just an honor. So if you'd like a personal reading from me, my information is below in the description box. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful October. I'll see you for the second half. Bye.